It's a very good morning, afternoon, evening, or whenever you listen to this podcast right now. My name is Gareth.
I'm Bex.
And we are doing something a little bit different this year. Now, last year we did what we called the 12 Days of Podcasts, which was quite fun. I enjoyed myself. Did you enjoy doing the Bex?
Well, absolutely. I really did enjoy it, actually.
And we did do a version of 12 Days of Christmas last year. This time, though, we may not. I know everyone out there's going, duh.
Don't get to get hit big singing again.
Exactly. Well, don't worry, you're not missing out on that. But, hashtag hate Gareth. Or Gareth hate. No, we might do something a little bit different. But we thought that this year, last year we did talk a bit about nothing really. It was just, hey, cool, here's a new thing.
It's exciting about Christmas. Hey, we watched some movies here.
Hey, bah humbug. So we decided to say, you know what, forget that this year. We're not going to do any swearing in these episodes, so it's great for kids to have a listen to. At the moment, it's thunder and lightning out in the background, so if you hear that, it's not one of us or the cat running and banging into something, although I wouldn't put that past her anyway. It is actually stormy here at the moment. Like
there
that.
it is again.
So what we're going to do anyway is we decided that this year we're going to go for a quick trip around the world, which if you follow me on Twitter you would have seen about 12 days ago I think it was, a photo that I crudely drew and said this is why I'm not a cartographer, and planned it all out kind of thing. So at the moment, for the first day of the 12 days of podcast this year, well, Bex, how do they say Merry Christmas in their languages? By the way, I'm not throwing this on here. Bex is just better with languages than I am.
And I apologise if I get it wrong.
We will probably muck him up a little bit, but hey, the goodwill is there. The will is there.
The thought, the kind, everything's there. Right, okay,
but anyway,
so
Bex, where are we going in this podcast?
Right, so this podcast we're going to Finland, Norway, Sweden and Russia. So please excuse my language, but here we go. So it's Glidelegju, Godjul, Srazidi, Vom, and Havaya Julua.
Yeah, this is why we should have probably planned it and just hit the mic.
I should have asked my sister-in-law for that one.
Yeah. We apologise to anyone out there from Finland, Norway, Sweden and Russia.
However, we did try.
We did try. And if you thought that was bad, wait till we tell you more about the things. So basically, Christmas in Norway is... I found researching these things, everyone does things a little bit differently. Like in Norway, for example, they give presents on Christmas Eve. They're sometimes brought by Santa Claus, who's called Julenissen. Which I'm going to go for. I apologise once again. Okay, that's it. No more apologies about bad pronunciations. We're just going for it now, okay? So the funny thing is that the children pick up the presents under the Christmas tree, open them, and also read the cards out loud, which is kind of different to New Zealand, where we read them in silence or just toss them away disregarding. Also, parts of Norway too, children go out and sing carols. They go door-to-door singing from house to house in their local neighbourhood too, which is quite nice.
Exactly. Traditionally, they also dress up for these sorts of things. Like you see in certain countries where they just dress up in carolers' suits or dresses and stuff. But the children actually dress up as the characters from the nativity scene. So you'll see children walking around in shepherds' outfits and wise men's outfits. Also, instead of the traditional baubles and tinsel that most of us put on our Christmas trees, the Norwegian Christmas trees are decorated with small paper baskets called julekurver, which are shaped like a heart, which I thought was quite sweet.
Yes, just like a heartbeat right now in the background. That's insane.
That
Not
is
really.
So loud.
That's storming. Yeah, it's awesome. We should have waited and done this. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. It adds an ambiance to it.
It sure does. It sure does.
So back to Christmas in Norway. They eat rice pudding on Christmas Eve, where it's either a meal at lunchtime with a whole lot of stuff, or a dessert with the main meal with whipped cream mixed in. I'm hungry already. Also, too, they have a real little thingy that if you find an almond in your portion, you're given a pink or white marzipan pig. Now, marzipan, that's
it's a sweet.
The stuff that they put on top of Christmas cakes, which I always don't eat. Is that right?
No. That's fondant. No.
Fondant. Okay.
No. It's how do you describe marzipan? Marzipan is like a hazelnut paste type thing, so it's a bit different.
Okay.
It's not icing, but
Okay.
yeah.
And also, too, the main meal in Norway is normally either mutton ribs or pork ribs, served with something called surkål, which is white or red cabbage, finely chopped and cooked with caraway seeds and vinegar, and also a bit of potatoes as well.
Actually sounds pretty tasty, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think we should have a Norwegian Christmas this year.
No, I can't cook that way.
Alright, so that's Norway. That's Norway's Christmas traditions. Let's scoot
To Sweden.
Is it two countries or are they joined at the
I'm
top?
not 100% certain.
Yeah, and
you kind of need to have a map in front of you.
yeah, we don't. And once again, we've planned all this stuff, but not the freestyle ad-libbing in between. So let's skip nearby and hit up Sweden. What's up with Sweden?
All right, around Christmas time in Sweden, they celebrate St. Lucia's Day or St. Lucy's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And they generally do that on the December the 13th. And basically, I know, it's so loud.
Sorry, that's a really loud storm.
It's actually rocking the house. So basically, the celebration comes from stories that were told by the monks who first brought Christianity to Sweden, because obviously the Swedes weren't initially Christians. So basically, St. Lucia was a young girl who was martyred, killed for her faith in 304 AD. And it is the most common story told about... Sorry, it is the most common. The most common story told about St. Lucia is that she would have secretly brought food to the Christians, persecuted Christians in Rome, who were hiding in the catacombs. Now, for people who don't know what catacombs are, that's where they stored the bodies of the dead. Instead of graves, they turned them into caves and stuck them into the walls, kind of thing. It was quite gruesome.
Quite
actually.
creepy, but when you think about it, there's no... Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty awful.
But anyway, St. Lucia also, she would wear candles on her head because she was too busy carrying things in her hands, which is quite a cool idea.
Yeah.
Very smart woman too. Which is also why Lucy means light. So they've kind of given her the same name. Yeah. Christmas Eve is also very important in Sweden. I've noticed this with most of these...
European stuff?
Scandinavian, is that what that? Yeah.
Yes.
They all celebrate on Christmas Eve kind of thing, and Christmas Day is either going to church or just relaxing and chilling kind of thing. But or in Finland, there's another cool thing, but we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they do the main thing, which is normally a buffet in Sweden. Anyway, in at lunchtime, it's got cold fish. The buffet is called a julbord. Julbord, which involves fish, which is normally herring, salmon. Smoked salmon, and something called gravlax, which is salmon again, which has been cured in sugar, salt, and dill. Also includes cold meats like turkey, roast beef, a Christmas ham called julsinka, cheeses, liver pate, salads, pickles, different kinds of breads, and mayonnaise as well.
Brilliant.
Oh!
What did you do?
That was my shoulder cracking twice in a row.
Ouch. Okay, so after dinner's served, they also, like every country, have lots of vegetables and whatnot. They have the dessert of the julbord, which generally speaking is a selection of pastries and something called pepperkak or biscuits, and some homemade sweets. So I'm not 100% sure what kind of bickies those are, but I'm sure they taste good.
That'd be good, yeah.
Like most countries, it would appear that they open Christmas presents on Christmas Eve.
Yep.
And people go to church early on Christmas morning.
Now, one thing I did find that was really, really important about this one, which I don't know if I told you or not, but Swedes on Christmas Eve afternoon watch Donald Duck.
Oh, cool.
Every year since about 1959, 3 p.m. Christmas Eve, the TV station TV1 shows a Disney special called "For All of Us," from all of us to all of you. I'm not even going to attempt to say what that is in Swedish because I will immensely make a mistake of it. But it basically means Donald Duck and his friends wish you a Merry Christmas. Up to 50% of the country stops to watch this.
Cool. That's so cool.
How awesome is that?
That's
Let's
pretty
find
awesome.
that. We'll see where we get up to. They also do a bit of decorating as well with their Christmas trees by putting goats made of straw to guard the Christmas trees. Now, the reason why they do that is because straw is used as decoration in homes to remind them that Jesus was born in a manger. So Christmas trees also have straws as their decorations as well.
Of course. And also in Sweden, presents might be bought by Santa, who they call Jultomten, or by gnomes or elves, known as Nissa or Tomte.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, totally. And they say the end of Christmas in Sweden is on the 13th of January, so they basically do about a month worth of Christmas stuff, which is awesome. And
are you going to say what they call the?
Okay, the 20 Days of Christmas, which is called.
You can say no if you want, because I skipped.
Jugondag Nut, or the 20th Day Nut, or Jugondag Jul. 20th day of Yule. I really, really hope I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I offended anyone if I didn't.
If we've accidentally called someone's mother a goat or something like that, it's not that way. We are trying to give it a go. Because you know what's going to happen? It'll be something like, we mispronounced something, so instead of us saying, can you pass me the cat, it's like, can I murder your dog? It'd be like, no, I've been trying to do the... You know what we mean.
And one thing that's quite cool about this is, much unlike those of us that let our Christmas tree die and then take it down, on the 20th day of Yule, they take their Christmas tree down, and all the leftover cookies and sweets are gorged.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Now let's quickly get through these ones as well, because we're going now to Russia, and we want to try and keep these a bit shorter than what we would normally do, but we'll see what happens anyway.
Try not to miss the important
stuff. In Russia, in the days of the Soviet Union, Christmas wasn't celebrated very much. It was New Year's, which is the more important time. But now Christmas is normally celebrated on January the 7th.
Ooh.
Only a few Catholics there actually celebrate on the 25th of December. The reason why, though, is because although they use the Augustus calendar, I think it is, which is the normal one, they use that one there. They use the old Julian calendar, which only had 10 months in it.
Oh, that's
so cool. What they do is it messes up and stuff. So what they do is that they use that for religious celebration holidays. So Christmas falls on January the 7th as opposed to December 25th. So it's quite cool. However, the official Christmas and New Year's holidays in Russia last from about December 31st to January the 10th.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, some people also there don't eat anything on Christmas Eve. Now, I don't know if that's 24th of December, but they don't eat anything on Christmas Eve until the first star has appeared in the sky, which is quite cool.
It is actually, because that's the star that the wise men followed to find Jesus in the manger. Is that not right?
I believe so.
That's really cool. That's really awesome.
Cool. People then eat porridges made of wheat and rice, served with honey, poppy seeds, fruit, chopped walnuts, sometimes even fruit jellies, and it's called a kutier or a sokovic. Yeah, I think I just swallowed my word then. Yeah, it sounds like a really, really cool thing there too.
What's also really quite cool is in some families they actually eat from the one bowl, so they don't have individual bowls, and this symbolizes unity in the family unit, which is really awesome. Where am I up to? Oh my goodness! I know, I keep losing myself.
We've got long scripts, which I tend to ad-lib, and it throws Bex right off.
Yes, he does.
So, hey Bex, what do they do in Russia when they have a family and they want to throw things? How's that for a setup?
In some families, especially farming families, it's quite common at Christmas time for the patriarch of the family, usually the father or the grandfather, to take a big spoonful of this porridge type stuff and throw it to the ceiling. Was it porridge?
Yeah, no, I'm laughing at something else.
Okay, yeah. So they throw it and it hits the ceiling. It symbolizes the more that's stuck to it, the more fruitful the following harvest year will be.
Yeah, and there's a reason why they give it to the dad or the patriarch. Because if they gave it to the kid, it would just be flung at his nearest sister.
Yeah.
Sorry! Oh, look at that, what happened. Yeah, also too, they do have main foods in this time of year, because we'll cull through it, because I realise we've actually got a lot of Russia here. They like to eat beetroot soup,
borscht,
vegan potluck,
solyanka,
with individual vegetable pies. There's also salads made from vegetables like gherkins, mushrooms, tomatoes, potatoes, root salad vegetables. They even eat sauerkraut as well. It's served with cranberries, cumin, shredded carrot, onion rings, followed by more pies or porridge dishes such as buckwheat with fried onions and fried mushrooms. Desserts are, the normal fruit pies.